Hello there and welcome. Today is going to be a Sun Salutations class. So before we start, let's just hop into forward fold. In this position, you just want to place your legs out in front of you and bring your hands on your thighs, on your knees, or on your shins. Activate your feet so you're pulling your feet towards you. Just stay in this position, breathing deeply. You don't want it to be too intense, so just go till you feel it. So while we're in here, I'm just going to explain what we're going to do with Sun Salutations. Sun Salutations is the basics of most yoga practices. So while you're in Sun Salutations, most yoga classes that you go to are going to have a form of it. So we're going to do the basic form. So I'm not going to add in any extra poses or anything. It's just going to be a very basic round. We're going to do 3 rounds on each leg. So the first round, we're going to go a little bit slower, going through the poses and making sure that we're doing them correctly. The second round, we're going to go a little bit faster. And the third round, we're just going to do it one more time to make sure we're getting it through. And then in that round, if you want to add a couple extra things to just make yourself a little more comfortable in it, you can totally do that. Okay, so to start, we're going to come to standing at the top of our mat. Once you're here, we're going to take one deep inhale. So inhale, reach your hands all the way up. And exhale, forward fold. Bring your hands on your thighs, your knees, or your shins. Place your hands on the ground on either side of your legs. Then you're going to bring your left foot up and bring it to the back of your mat. Then bring your left knee down. We're now doing lunge position. So if you want to stay here because your left hamstring is a little bit tight, you can totally do that. But if you're wanting to go a little bit harder and you feel that you can move, then you can rise yourself up. So this position, a couple things. You want to make sure that your knee is not this far back and you want it to be over. So you want to bring it just a little bit further back if that's comfortable for you. Okay, now in this position, you can stay like this, or if you want to go deeper yet, then you can inhale, raise your hands up, activating your shoulders. Rolling your shoulders towards your chest. You don't want to just be holding your arms limp like this because then you're not really getting anything out of it. So you want to make sure you're activating your arms. Then if you want to come down lower, you can activate your left glute, pulling yourself down, breathing into this position. We're going to stay here for 2 breaths. Inhale and exhale. For the next inhale and exhale, come down a little bit lower. Place your hands onto the ground. You're now going to reach your right foot to meet your left foot at the back of your mat. Now you can stay in plank if this is comfortable for you, or you can place your knees on the ground for chaturanga, which is just basically a push-up form, or you can bring your hand, stay on your knees. For the first time, I would say to probably go onto your knees, and we're just going to come down like so. Bring your feet onto the ground. Now, we're going to go into upward dog. So for this position, you want to tuck your toes under you. Then you're going to roll yourself forward like that. It's common for people to go like this, but when you do that, you're jarring your back and not opening up. So when you do this, you're pulling yourself forward, giving your back more space. Tuck your toes under and lift up for downward dog. We're going to pedal out our feet here. So pedaling out your feet is simply just lifting one foot up, one heel up while you're putting the other heel on the ground. This is a very good hamstring stretch. Okay, we're going to do the other side now. So lift your right leg up and then place it between your hands. Bring your left knee onto the ground, coming in for lunge. Now you can take the same variation that you did the first time we did this. So you can stay here on the ground or here, or you can bring your arms up and come down. The reason that we are activating our left glute is because it's really common when you do this pose to go like this. Now when you do this, you're really arching your back, which is not very good because you're going to be hurting your back. So you want to make sure that you're activating your left glute, which is tucking your tailbone. So another way to do that would be to activate your core, and you're going to do all of that motion. So you can tuck your tailbone, activate your glute, or your core, and you're going to get the same thing out of the pose. We're going to stay here for one last breath. So inhale and exhale. Place your hands on the ground. Now you're going to bring your left foot to meet your right at the top of your mat. So in doing this, if you need to go a couple times, that's fine. Or if you just want to lift up, bring both feet there. Okay, perfect. Inhale and exhale, forward fold, getting a bit more of a hamstring stretch. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, bring hands to heart center. Okay, so that was one round on the left side. So we're going to do another round on your right, a little bit slower again, and then we're going to pick up the pace the next time. Inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Place your hands on your thighs, your knees, your shins, or on the ground. Okay, bring your hands down to the ground. If you need to do that and bend your legs, that's totally fine. Then bring your right foot back, right knee down. Again, you can stay here, or you can come up, or you can wrap your shoulders to your chest and come down. One leg is probably going to be more, it's going to be more intense for one of the legs. So if you find that you have more space in your left leg than you did on your right, then you can, and you feel like you can go further, try not to and try to keep your legs both level. So if you did like this last time, then do this the same time. Just trying to keep level and even. We're going to stay here for one more breath. Inhale and exhale. Hands down to the ground. Again, we're going to come into chaturanga or plank pose. Left foot meets your right. So you can stay in plank. You can bring your knees down to the ground, or you can go with your feet on the ground without your knees on the ground, sorry. Okay, inhale, exhale, come down, and then pull yourself forward. Another variation, if you do not want to do upward facing dog, is you can just stay in plank. Exhale, downward dog. We're going to pedal out our feet here again. Just lifting one heel as you keep the other heel on the ground. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to lift our left leg up into the air and then place it between your hands. Right knee down. Doing the same on this side. So do the same variation that you did on the same side. So you can inhale, bring your hands up, wrap your shoulders to your chest, and try to come down. So when you exhale, you can try to come a little bit further into the pose. When you exhale, you create more space. So how you would do that is just inhaling, and then exhaling, coming down lower. Again, inhaling and exhaling. Remembering to keep your right glute Remember to keep your right glute activated. Place your hands on the ground. You're going to bring your right foot to meet your left, forward fold. If you want to get a bit of a deeper stretch here, you can try to push your outer hips away from you. So before you could be doing this, and then if you push your hips away, you can come a lot lower down. Inhale, bring your hands all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, so now we're going to do that again on each side a little bit faster. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Place your hands on the ground. Left foot back, left knee down, lunge. Inhale, wrap your arms to your chest, or you can keep your hands on the ground, whatever variation you did last time. Wrapping your arms to your chest, you can come down, activating your left glute. Inhale and exhale, hands down to the ground, right foot meets your left. Chaturanga, plank, or downward dog. Once you're in downward dog, just pedal out your feet for a couple seconds. Breathing here. So inhale, bring your right leg up, and then bring your right leg between your hands towards the top of your mat. Left foot and knee down to the ground. Inhale, raise your hands up, taking whatever variation you did. Doing the same here. Wrapping your shoulders to your chest, coming down a little lower if you can. Keeping your left glute activated. Inhale And exhale, hands down to the ground. Your left foot is going to meet your right for forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Fabulous, my friends. Okay, now we're gonna do that on the other side. So inhale, bring your hands all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands down to the ground. Right foot back, right knee down, lunge. So in this pose, I'm going to explain just how to wrap your arms to your chest, but we're sitting here this time. So in order to wrap your arms to your chest, it's a movement of pulling your elbows in while pushing your hands out. So you're going to be activating your shoulders. So the difference is holding here or holding here. So everything's activated and pulled away from you. Hands down to the ground, left foot meets your right. Plank, chaturanga, or downward dog. Once you're in downward dog, we're going to just take 2 breaths here, inhaling and exhaling. Once more, inhale, exhale. Lift your left foot into the sky, then place it between your hands, right knee on the ground. Inhale, rise up, wrap your shoulders to your chest, or again, you can keep your hands on the ground, whatever variation you take. Hands on the ground, your right foot's going to meet your left for forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Fabulous. Okay, so now for this next round, what I like to do when I do Sun Salutations is to create kind of have a word for how I want to practice it. So Sun Salutations can be rather boring if you're just doing them over and over and over again. So I like to have a word. So it'd be like, this time I'm going to try to be more fluid, or I'm going to try to work on having strength in the poses. So when I come into them, I'm strong and in them and not wobbly. So see if you can try in this next one to just have something that you want to be focusing on while you're doing it. So then you're just trying to work on each movement, making it more graceful or more fun. Then if you want to make it more fun, maybe you do the poses just a little bit different to come into them and out of them. Okay, so we're going to do it one more time on each leg. This time, again, we're going to do it a little bit faster, but see if you can try to have an intention for when you're doing it and the word that you choose, try to follow along with it. Okay, inhale, rise up, exhale, forward fold, hands down to the ground. Left foot back, left knee down. Inhale, rise up, wrap your shoulders to your chest. Coming down a little lower on your exhales if you can. Place your hands on the ground, right foot meets your left. Plank, chaturanga, or downward dog. Okay, we're going to do that again. So lift your right leg up towards the sky, then meet it between your hands, top of your mat. Left knee down. Inhale. Wrap your shoulders to your chest, come down a little bit lower. Hands onto the ground. We're going to take a forward fold. Left foot meets your right. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, one last time on the other side. Inhale. Exhale. Hands on the ground. Right foot back, right knee down. Rise up, taking the variation. Wrap your shoulders to your chest. And as you exhale, if you want, you can come a little bit lower down. Hands to the ground. Your left foot is now going to meet your right. You can do plank, or chaturanga, or downward dog. Okay, one last time, left leg up, then bring your left leg between your hands, top of your mat, right knee down, lunge. Inhale, come up, wrap your shoulders to your chest, and exhale, come down. Hands to the ground, your right foot's going to meet your left. We're going to take a bit of a longer forward fold here. So just 2 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, see if you can push your hips away from you. As you exhale, come down, making more space. All right, inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, that is Sun Salutations, the basic breakdown. If you do go to a yoga class, they're probably going to do some form of that. Not all teachers do it the same, so it could be different, it could be the same, but I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.